It's been almost 3 years, and I have to say, Halo Infinite sucks as a live service game and a video game in general. It failed at launch with having no game mode variety, no player customization options, 6-month long seasons for the first 2 seasons, and the performance of the game was trash with a capital T. Now I bring this up because every Halo Infinite video I made, I always get people saying the same stuff, like how they stopped playing the game early on and returned to MCC, or they moved on entirely. And honestly, I get it. Why would you make an investment and continue to play a game that sucks? Especially now that competition in the gaming market is fierce. But even worse is after all these years, Halo Infinite in a lot of ways still sucks. And the truth is, the game will never be able to live up to expectations, and even if it could, it would be too late for a lot of players. Now with that prelude out of the way, let's talk about why Halo Infinite sucks today in 2024. The first reason the game sucks is because the live service of it is absolute garbage. During Season 5, I was actually really happy with what 343 did with Halo Infinite's live service, because I still think the Season 5 Battle Pass was the best one 343 ever released. They cut a lot of the repeats and crap out of it. They actually worked on fixing the trash performance of the game, and the events actually felt like they were special rather than some extra armor you could grind out in 4 games with a 2-week time limit. But then, they did the dumbest thing that killed Halo Infinite's momentum, which was to completely dump the 3-month seasons, that is the standard for most live service games that they had to slowly work towards, by the way, and instead do short little 1-month operations as a substitute. The big reason I hate the operations as a substitute to seasons is because it killed any big game-changing updates we got, which helps spice the game up. And what we do get now may sometimes be good, like the exchange or match composer, but since there's no real marketing for those good updates, they tend to get ignored, and it all just feels like we're going through one really long season that started with the Spirit of Fire update and hasn't ended. Plus, let's be real, most of the stuff they add with these operations like the zombie mode or Juggernaut is either complete trash or too unremarkable to be a focal point for a whole month, so that also kills any sort of real momentum too. I'm just saying, they gotta go back to doing stuff the way they did with Season 5, because that was actually not bad in my opinion. But this new monthly update stuff is so trash, and so are the mini battle passes. The next reason why I think Halo Infinite sucks is because the game has a stale sandbox. Since Season 3, we have not seen a new weapon for the game, and Halo Infinite literally hasn't added any old vehicles like the Spectre, Mantis, Hornet, Falcon, or Revenant from its previous titles, or even added completely new vehicles, which is a first for the series. Now sure, 343 does occasionally add a new Spartan ability like the Repair Field, but honestly, who cares? Most of the time, players don't even really use those abilities anyways. Not unless it's a launch-released Spartan ability, and maybe the translocator/shroud screen occasionally. So in my opinion, they are not important enough for me to really count as a sandbox update. Now, let's go back and talk about the weapons. How has it been a year since we've seen a new weapon be added to Halo Infinite? 343, where is the pump action shotgun, the brute shot, SMG, carbine, saw, or sticky detonator? This game is a live service game, so how come the gameplay hasn't really changed since Season 3, which was over a year ago? And on vehicles, except for Halo CE, the first Halo game, mind you, released in 2001, this has to be the worst vehicle selection in any Halo game ever. Who at 343 hates vehicles? Because that has to be the reason we haven't seen a new vehicle released with Halo Infinite, or seen the return of older vehicles from previous Halo titles. I'm genuinely shocked 343 hasn't made any significant change to the gameplay of Halo Infinite. Because with live service games, you need to be constantly updating the game to keep it fresh. Imagine if Apex Legends and Overwatch stopped adding heroes, Call of Duty stopped adding guns, or Fortnite stopped adding new operators and pop culture crossovers. It would get really boring fast. And that's a big reason why those live service games I just mentioned have more players on them than Halo Infinite does. They keep making new changes to the gameplay to keep the game fresh, and that keeps players interested in continuing to try the game and staying on the game. The last reason why I think Halo Infinite sucks is because the ranked experience is bad. I hate the way 343 does the ranking distribution because there's almost no bronze, silver, or gold players, and the ones you do see are either smurfs, trolls, or really bad players. I think it would be better if everyone started as bronze 1 and had to work their way up to diamond and onyx. As it is now, most players are either high plat to low diamond, making the bronze to gold ranks redundant. I just think if you have a system where you can almost be the highest rank, which is Onyx, after your placement games, it's a bad ranking system. The Onyx rank should be a rank that takes a while to earn regardless of skill, because it should be about both playtime and skill in my opinion. So the fact that you can get within 2 tiers below that rank just after the 5 placement games is crazy. Because once you hit Onyx, that's it. Now sure, Onyx has its own ranking system, but you don't get a unique reward for being a Onyx 2400 compared to an Onyx 1500. So personally, I don't see the appeal of getting higher once you hit 1500. Lastly, every time I occasionally try ranked again, it is way too hard for me compared to social. And I know ranked is supposed to be harder than social obviously, but every time I hop on ranked for my placement matches, it's like 343 throws me into a boiling pot of water and expects me to know what to do. I play mostly Firefight these days, 343, so please, cut me some slack. I'm not the Onyx player I once was. Now, I know the video has been mostly negative because Halo Infinite is in a bad state right now and probably will be into the future too. And to be honest, I don't really see a future where 343 can have success with the Halo IP, especially with how bad their reputation has become. So I hope we see some Halo spin-off games from different studios, because I don't want to see a drought of Halo content like we experienced these last 9 years from Halo 5 to Infinite. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching the video, and
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.